I think the reason why the children who are being held at gunpoint by these cops are alive is because they complied like I recommend that you do if you're faced by police. They complied, they got on the ground, and then right and wrong was argued later.
Guys, get on the ground. Keep your hands out. Hey, come over here. Keep your hands where I can see them and get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. 1961, I got them at gunpoint. They're being compliant. Just keep your hands out, okay? Okay. Ma'am, can you go back in your house for me?
I count 1, 2 cop
Ma'am,
cars.
go back in your house. Go back in your house now.
Three cop
We'll
cars.
give you directions, okay?
Look back in the back.
Just
right in
follow
that
the
little
directions and
corner.
we'll be alright, okay?
3 cop cars. 1, 2, and the officer body cam cop is 3. 3 cop cars.
How do you want to do this, Troy? Want to just approach?
We have 4 here, all compliant. We're facing south. Everybody can come from north and south. One more for hands-free zone. 1225, this corner.
Oh.
He just happens to be possibly in the wrong place at the wrong time, matching the clothing these kids have.
Said. Now you saw the young man backed up and he had his hands over his head and he did what he was supposed to. Did you hear what that officer just said? He matched the description. I'm not taking up for the right wing, but I want to make this crystal clear to people. You cannot blame this on Trump. You cannot blame this on any presidential administration. It happened under Obama. It happened under the Bushes. It happened under the Clintons. It happened under Jimmy Carter, my favorite president, besides Barack Obama. It happened. It's been happening. It's been happening for years. It was happening when I used to complain to people that the cops were bothering me for no reason. But you all told me, just because you practicing that karate on in public, that's why they bothering you. No. They matched the description, and then here come the cops with guns blazing. Because as I have said in other videos, who are the real snakes in police brutality? It's not just the cops, and it's not just the criminals that people use as justification for their bigotry. There is an element called the people who make false police reports, intentionally or unintentionally, that cause problems. What about them?
Okay? Like you said, your son is fine. He's 110%
1761, send me the college call on
I'm sorry, I don't mean no disrespect, but y'all gotta understand.
I understand, but you have
That's
to
my
understand.
baby right there.
Listen, you have to understand our position as well. We have to
Yeah,
investigate.
but when a mother come and just say, show me, just show me.
But the way you were acting, I couldn't.
I
just bring
can't
you
help
over.
it. That's my
Okay,
baby.
I understand. I'm a parent as
We
well.
don't
Okay?
deal with police. I don't never even have no charges. We don't do this. All the stuff that goes on in this world, I worry about my kids every day. That's why I don't let them go nowhere.
So he's not in trouble at all or anything?
Dude, you know I'm scared.
She's concerned.
Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. That's why I don't never let y'all go nowhere.
I didn't do nothing.
You don't understand the way I feel right now. It don't even matter whether you did or you didn't. You don't understand the way I feel right now.
We're just doing our job because a lot of people out here have guns. We're not saying that your kids had guns or anything like that, but we're just doing our job, okay? Officer Colgrove.
You saying you're not saying they had guns, but y'all pulled y'all guns.
I know, because we don't know that. We do not know that.
Exactly. Y'all.
Okay, so they're just doing their job. which is true. But you have to understand how the mother feels, which is true. And you need to understand how I'm assuming he's the father feels, which is true. Everybody's right. They match the description. Somebody said, this is what I want y'all to hear. Somebody said that those kids look like some other black people that was doing something wrong. So they grabbed the first people that matched the description. And you know, if you're watching this video, if you were a cop, some of y'all know daggone well, if you were a cop, you will have your hand on a gun a lot more than some of these guys do. Because they could get shot. They can get shot just like that. But they could shoot someone else just like that. So it is just a bad situation all the way around. And learning how to be compliant when you're faced with the police officers and being able to stay calm. Being able to stay calm when your emotions are revved and running high is a benefit, a side effect you get from sparring and from competing and from doing forms in public, from going through these type of tests that you got to go through with martial arts. It helps you stay calm in situations like this. Is it a 100% guaranteed panacea it's going to save the world and cure global warming? No, but it does help.
Would you understand that where we're coming from, matching description, we're not just going to walk up to someone, hey, do you have a gun on you? You know, we're just taking every precautions. No one got hurt in this. Everyone's been cooperative with us, okay? Okay.
I mean,
it's not like we're out here like,
just like y'all understand.
But we're not out here like we're
outside too.
Okay, but
kids go to the Croc to play basketball.
I know.
That's it.
And they
plain and simple.
Wrong place at the wrong time, obviously, for these kids.
Black moms, please hear me. Your son may not have been doing anything. Seriously, they really may not have been doing anything, and they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. They match the description, and then they get confronted by law enforcement. And sometimes the law enforcement is going off of a bad tip that they got from someone else. It's not always their own bias. Sometimes they got a bad tip. This is why I stopped taking my son we used to go to Taco Bell when he was little, because he liked Taco Bell. I like to go get a Taco Bell, go sit in the park and eat, then we could run around the playground or something like that. Then I'd sneak a couple of, Taekwondo lessons in there. And then we could go home, or he'd see his friends, go play with them, and then go home. Had to stop doing that because I kept matching the description. And it turns out people who were driving that model car that I had were committing crimes.
Right place at the wrong time.
I understand, but there was a big fight over there. I know, they were there when the fight was going on, they said, so.
Now, they were there when the fight was going on. I'm just going to turn the sound down, let the footage run. They were there when the fight broke out.
Come over here.
What did they do?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
They were there when the fight broke out. They left. Like they should. Like I would teach them to do if they were my students. They left. What happened? Leaving wasn't good enough because they still ended up being confronted by law enforcement. So, thank goodness that nobody got hurt. Everybody's alive because they complied. So please, people, if you're accosted by cops, comply first and argue who's right or wrong later. This video proves it. Peace.
Come and take a class for less than a tank of gas. Learn to use your hands and be slow, cause won't kick your, cheaper than a car note or any other bills. Cecil Ryu Taekwondo located in Temple Hills. Go to the Temple Hills Community Center and register for the Taekwondo class. Call 301-894-6616. You want to find out more? Go to cecilryu.org, cecilryu.org. Peace.